Is this thing on? Yep. Oh man, this one's gonna be tough. I tried to love it, guys. I really did. But unfortunately, this one is going back. Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tag. Good to see you guys again, and here to share my final review of this Xiaomi 12S Ultra, and also sharing my thoughts, guys, why I am returning this Xiaomi flagship. Now I have a lot of thoughts about this phone, and I'm going to do it in this pretty impromptu way because I want to just share quite a number of thoughts of the pros and the cons of this phone and why I feel it's just not the phone for me. But let's start with the positives. Of course, we got to start with design. The design of this 12S Ultra is actually really nice. I mean, the faux leather back is not to my liking. I would have liked to see just a textured Gorilla Glass Victus back, but in terms of hand feel and just the look of the phone, it definitely is a premium product. You have a really good build quality to this phone, and the camera module with the golden ring is very nice. This looks like a premium product, no doubt. Now, there are some issues I have with the design, and it's more namely to do with the display. Now don't get me wrong, the display is fantastic. It is WQHD plus 120 Hz, and it's super smooth and super responsive. The problem I do have though with this display are the curves. And once again, I just think that curves on a display that are this pronounced are getting old. I don't know how much longer we're going to see these curves on phones. Yes, they can make for a more elegant, or I guess more futuristic looking experience, but it's 2022. It's time to get practical with displays, and I do think a lot of Xiaomi fans would agree if we saw a flat panel display on a Xiaomi flagship next year. Well, that would be a welcome change for this phone. The other thing that's been great has actually been the performance. Look, the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, it is a powerhouse of a chipset, achieving well over 1 million in my testing. And look, gaming on this phone has also been solid. I've had zero issues with lag so far, and I've received a couple of updates as well. Performance, this is the story of Xiaomi phones, guys. Flagships, they start off very strong though, but how is this going to be in 6 months' time? And how does this handle long 2-hour gaming sessions? I don't game for 2 hours anymore, but I do think that over time, this phone will probably start running into the same kind of issues we've seen. But if you're trying to knock this phone on performance, you won't see me do it here. This is definitely a powerhouse. Other aspects of this phone, the speakers, the vibration motor has been excellent. I think all around, you are still getting a premium experience with this 12S Ultra. But now let's talk about the other factors, the cons. What are the things that I think just weren't right with this release? Number one has got to be the cameras. Now, look, I'm not saying that the camera system on this phone is bad. I'm just saying, given my experiences with this 12S Ultra, I expected a lot better. And it's not even talking about the front camera experience here. The rear shots on this 12S Ultra were just not a leaps and bounds improvement of what I saw on the Mi 11 Ultra. And the Mi 11 Ultra was an incredible phone. I do think the quality of the shots and the Mi 11 Ultra's whole system with the rear display, allowing you to capture incredible selfie videos and bigger portrait, high resolution images with a group of people, that is not something you can get on this 12S Ultra. But now let's get to it. The thing that was unforgivable for me with this release, the front camera setup. 32 megapixels, so you would think you could at least have 1080p, 60 FPS video on the front, but honestly, 1080p 30 on the front video for this 12S Ultra is just unacceptable. And I know a lot of you Xiaomi fanboys out there are going to just keep claiming that, oh, selfies are for girls. I mean, who says that? Some of you have said that, or that selfies don't matter, or that selfies are just unimportant, so 1080p is all you need. It's not about that, guys. It's about what other competitors are doing in the marketplace. We have seen 4K front video on a number of other devices, from OnePlus, from Vivo, from Samsung, and iPhone as well, of course, has this feature. Why aren't we seeing it here on these flagship China releases, and in this case the 12S Ultra? Especially given what we had last year with the Mi 11 Ultra, this capability was achieved by using the rear display and being able to go into rear display mode and being able to film in 4K with this phone. You've lost that capability on this 12S Ultra, and because of that, we have this unforgivable situation of 1080p 30 that I think even a mid-range or lower mid-range phone has the same front camera capabilities. Even a Poco M3, I think, has the same front camera capabilities as this flagship Xiaomi phone. Unacceptable. And last but not least, guys, it's kind of the X factor. I feel that Xiaomi abandoning the direction they were going with the Mi 11 Ultra is a bit of a mistake. There was just something about the Mi 11 Ultra which was unique. Yes, some could say the rear display was a gimmick, but let me tell you, whenever I went out with the Mi 11 Ultra, people noticed it. And I had so many people stopping me, asking me, my gosh, what is that phone? This 12S Ultra is a bit more conventional, and it lost a bit of that soul, a bit of that X factor that made the Mi 11 Ultra such a great phone. All in all, guys, this is a terrific phone, but it is really just a flagship phone, and there's less endearing qualities to this release than the Mi 11 Ultra. And so that's it, guys. These are my final thoughts on the 12S Ultra. I wanted to love this phone, I really did, but I hate to admit it, I think I've tested other phones this year that I've enjoyed more than this 12S Ultra. And ultimately, given the price of this phone, not available globally, we don't know when this will launch globally, if it ever will, it is not the phone for me, and that is why, folks, I'm going to be returning this 12S Ultra. I'm going to go sell it back to the store. It just didn't do it for me. Sorry, 12S Ultra, but it's time to go. But hit me up in the comments. What are your thoughts on the Xiaomi 12S Ultra? And do you agree that this release just doesn't strike that same chord of previous Xiaomi flagship releases? Or do you disagree? Do you think this is the greatest phone ever released? And honestly, if you do, give me your address because I'd love to send you a free phone today. But hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon for future updates. I've been a lover of Xiaomi for many years. I still love their products. I use a lot of their products daily. But you know, this is ultimately the first Xiaomi flagship that I'm just not in love with. Either way, guys, thanks once again for watching. And this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one.